common sense recap of the day's biggest stories. It's John Catsimatidis and Rita Cosby. Katz and Cosby on 77 WABC.
Joining us is Congressman Andy Biggs, who was doing some of the grilling yesterday there, of course, from the state of Arizona. Congressman Biggs, you were terrific with the director Cheatle yesterday. I couldn't believe it. Republicans and Democrats, she's so bad. Everybody was just, it was like, I felt like it was like Abbott and Costello.
Yeah, couldn't believe it myself. You know, she was terrible. Her answers were terrible. Her performance was terrible. I don't think that she realized how bad it was going to be. I mean, by the time he got to the end with people like Moskowitz, who's way down on the seniority list, he's down there. He's a Democrat from Florida. He's like, you just don't even realize how bad you are. And I think it was all over for her. And I think that, quite frankly, the Democrats in power told her, you've got to go. You're going to be a weight around our neck, and you got to leave.
You know, what did you make, Congressman? You know, John was just saying, because yesterday when she testified, she didn't want to answer anything. No one could be that dumb and rise to the level of Secret Service director. I mean, she was an agent for many years, and there were so many mistakes, and she was like, well, I'll look into it. Like, she definitely seemed like she was avoiding wanting to testify. I mean, and Biden didn't push her out. She resigned. Yeah.
So the way I took it, because almost every question I asked her, she said something like, well, I'm going to have to refer you to the FBI. Well, you know, that's pretty weak right there. Not only that, thank goodness we've got the FBI coming in tomorrow to Judiciary. So I'm on that committee, so I can ask Christopher Wray a few of the same questions, because she claims that he's got the answers. But yeah, she should have, if she would have had the integrity that you need for that position, the day that happened, she would have been out there at Butler, Pennsylvania. She would have gotten the Secret Service plane, gotten out there, and she would have talked to people on the ground, and she would have resigned. That's what we were looking for. But people don't trust their federal government now. And she bought right into it. That's what I was telling her. You know, you're incredible, and nobody trusts the federal government, and they're going to keep having that cynical attitude toward the federal government because of people like you.
Absolutely. Congressman Andy Biggs, Vito Fossella has a question.
Yeah, hey, Congressman. Yeah. I think the woman now has plenty of time to write her book, How Not to Respond and Handle a Colossal Failure. I'm just curious. There's a lot of chatter. People just want the truth. They want transparency. I don't think she offered it. Her demeanor, I thought, was terrible, aside from the substance. Are there any indications that there's something else at play with the shooting last week? Is there something else that's like in the wings, waiting to be revealed? Well, you know, I got to be honest with you. There's rumors just surrounding this, just flying like crazy, and it's been difficult for us to actually sort it out, which is what we were hoping, that we'd get some sorting yesterday. We hope to get some more information from Christopher Wray, although the FBI has been, obfuscationist in the past. And so I look at it and say there may be something. That's why I was asking the question. I mean, this is the 20-year-old guy who somehow gets at the one place where you have a clear shot at the president. He's up there. Who knows if he took the gun up with him or if he had placed the gun up there earlier. Where was the personnel and people? It's at best case scenario, gross negligence, and that's why I asked the question: was he acting alone? Was he a lone gunman? What can you tell us? And she would refuse to answer that question. So it makes me wonder what is going to be revealed in the next week or two, and I hope that we get a lot more answers.
You know, Congressman, I keep going back to. You brought up, 20-year-old lone gunman. He gets past, he's suspicious. He does a drone. We know that was confirmed, that he puts a drone up there. And then now we know that there were 3 encrypted messages going to foreign countries. It almost doesn't fit. That seems a little sophisticated for a 20-year-old. Like, I agree with you. There's a lot of
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, from Butler, Pennsylvania. It seems like there's something missing here, right?
Yeah, I mean, and that's the point. I mean, it just seems too weird. Weird's not the right word. Too coincidental that every tumbler on the lock had to turn just the right way for him to have the opening that he had. And the snipers have him, the locals have him. You got pictures of him. He's got a car. So somehow the perimeter, what they call the blast radius, the perimeter, it excludes the building that he's on, that he has been to twice previously. It's almost too.
What was the old expression? Something's rotten in Butler.
Yeah. It's almost Shakespearean.
Like Congressman, I think you've been with presidents. I know I've been with presidents. When the Secret Service speaks, you listen. They tell you this is where you're going to be. This is what you're going to do. This is where you're not going to go. This is where you're going to be. And like, soon as the initial response was it was the local police responsibility. To me, that was the giant red flag.
And then the police came back and said, no, they were in charge of just traffic.
But it's interesting that they saw this guy early on and they identified him as being suspicious. Why didn't they put an agent to go out there, talk to him, and keep an agent on him if they felt he was suspicious? I mean, that's their job. Their job is to protect the president. If someone looks like they're crazy or suspicious, you gotta put someone on him.
Yeah, well, exactly right. And she claimed yesterday that they did, but where was the agent? That's what she claimed.
And then he went to lunch.
And I said, well, where did the agent go? And here's the other thing. If you've been, as you have, and I have, if you've been with presidents or leaders of other countries, if there's somebody that's suspicious, not even a threat, but something suspicious, like if there's a weird traffic pattern that emerges, or somebody shows up in a place they didn't expect somebody to be, guess what they do? They say, we're going to hold here. We're going to hold right here. And you wait. You don't move.
Congressman, keep fighting to find out the truth for the American people. Let's not just let this one slide. I think the American people deserve to know the truth.
Yeah, keep us posted, please. Thank you, Congressman.
Thank you so
we love
much.
you. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.